Okay, let's see if we could create a shaking effect for the flash. That's pretty simple to write. First of all, I'm gonna test something like this. I'm just gonna turn it on from the start, okay, and then let's get into our code. And before we do that, I'm gonna show you something that random.range, okay, that'll give you, that right there can give you a random float between two values. So there's -10 and 10 in this example on the Unity documentation. I'm going to copy that for a second. Now when I go into my code in the Asteroid game script, we already have the flash identified in the flash starting point. Let's just do something right here. Let's just make it go back and forth. We're going to say flash. We're going to get that game object. It's .transform.position is a new vector 3. And this update happens every single frame of the game, right? So every single frame of the game, we are going to do something. Let me just for a second paste that, because I'm going to copy and paste something else too. I'm going to say flash.transform position x. We are going to say, we're going to take this, because we got its initial place. And if we say, so this vector 3 has x, y, and z coordinates, and we can call out the x right here. And we're going to say, and then we're going to go ahead and call out the y, and we are going to call out the z of that initial position that we got for the flash graphic or game object. But now we are going to go plus, and we're going to paste that random code. Ooh, I did not. I need to go back and copy it again. So let's see. Let's copy this. Command C, because I could have just typed it, but copy paste. And random range, that 10 and -10 might be quite a bit, but it should be moving every single frame. It should be like moving its position by a random value, and let's go see what that looks like. Okay, so if I push play, that thing should be jumping around and shaking. Okay, not too bad, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that, but we don't want it just to be shaking all the time. Wait, so we might be able to just turn it off. No, this is what we're going to do. We need to make it turn off, right? So we're going to say, we're going to make a new variable called flash count. So we're going to make it private though. Private integer flash count. This is a real cheap way of doing this. Equals 0. And we're going to say if flash count is less than, let's just pick a number, say, I don't know, 60. If this game is running at 60 frames per second, it should be, it roughly should be, the frame rate can change. So this is kind of a cheap way of doing this, but I just want to show you this. Maybe it'll get you thinking about how frames work and frame rate and all that stuff. So if flash count is less than 60, it's going to shake. Okay, so then we have to make flash count get increased by 1, so plus equals 1. So every time this happens, it goes from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And then if flash count is greater than, say, this is kind of very cheap, 59, greater than or equal to 59, then we are gonna make the flash, we're gonna set its active back to false. And let's do something else while we're here, okay? We're gonna make a new variable up here. So private, this time we're gonna write Boolean is like true or false. So private bool flash shake, or shaking, equals false. Okay, and so we're only gonna say if it's shaking. So flash count is less than 60 and flash shaking, then make it shake. And then the flash count will go up. When it gets above 59, it's gonna make the flash inactive, and it's gonna say flash shaking is now false. So none of that code will happen anymore. But now when we get hit, lose lights, we need to do something here. We need to make sure it's shaking. Flash.shaking equals true. And flash count, well, let's set it to 0. Okay, so we set it to 0. It does this whole loop, and yeah, that should make it work. Let's see. So I'm gonna turn this flash off first, and then let the asteroid turn it on. It should shake for about a second, and then turn back off. And there you go. It's a little less than a second, so our frame rate must be more than 60, but actually that looks pretty good, right? So you could do stuff like that. You can make the graphic flip its scale back and forth too, so that you get a little bit more of a cool shake look. But for now, that's a cheap and easy way to make the thing look like it's shaking. And there you have it. Go ahead and have fun making your windshield shake. Actually, it's not a windshield since you're out in space. Anyway, all right, have fun.